Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning for January 10, 2024, 5 arrested following AR-15 rifle seizure in Manchester. Police in Manchester say the seizure of an assault rifle and ammunition will dent criminal activities in the South Central Parish, even as there are concerns that lottery scamming may be fueling the flow of illegal guns. Head of the Manchester Police Superintendent Shane McCullough told the news on Tuesday that the rifle was seized and 5 people arrested on Tuesday during an operation at a premises on the outskirts of Mandeville. A cordon and search operation carried out Tuesday morning commenced around 4:30 a.m. in the Battersea New Green area. An AR-15 along with a quantity of 5.56 rounds were seized during the search. 5 persons have since been taken into custody for questioning, he explained. He said the assault rifle is the second firearm seized in the parish since the start of this year. Most of our robberies and the commissioning of other criminal activities, the firearm is the #1 choice of weapon. The issue of lottery scamming, which is prevalent in certain communities in Manchester, and the ill-gotten gains put the criminals in a position to procure firearms, and as such, removing this from the street may be us saving up to 10 lives or more, he said. McCullough said Manchester, which recorded a 33.6 reduction in major crimes, is not a safe haven for criminals. We will continue on the successful momentum from last year, with the division being the #1 in terms of reductions in all categories of major crimes out of the 19 divisions. This underscores the commitment of the team to continue putting the work to make Manchester a safer place in 2024, said McCullough. Cop shot by madman during traffic stop. What began as a traffic stop along Maxfield Avenue yesterday afternoon quickly turned into a bizarre shooting incident, leaving a police constable seriously injured after a man disarmed his colleague and shot him repeatedly. The shooter, who is believed to be of unsound mind, then ran from the scene into the Richmond Park community, clutching the lawman's service pistol. The incident occurred about 3:30 p.m., nearing peak hour traffic along the usually busy corridor. An eyewitness told the news that explosions and screams were heard simultaneously. The police then stopped the taximan with passengers aboard. Them used their transport and cut across the car found to be in violation. Him there talked to the driver, and the man walk up and disarm him and start shoot the next policeman. The passengers them start scream out and then a beer chaos, the eyewitness said. Witnesses said the shooter appeared to know what he was doing and wanted to end the policeman's life. The policeman reportedly scampered for cover, and the shooter was still in pursuit. The woman in the car says she see when the man pointed the gun, and the taximan could have used the vehicle to hit down the man, but appeared in shock. The policeman tried to elude the shooter, and the man turned the gun under the car, and that resulted in the asphalt being shut up, the eyewitness said. The news gathered that the man then ran onto a nearby school compound before escaping into the community of Richmond Park. A search team was immediately dispatched and combed the area in search of the shooter, who has been described as being of dark complexion and 6 feet tall. Up to press time, the suspect had not been held. The news understands that the injured policeman, who is assigned to the Public Safety and the Traffic Enforcement Branch, was rushed to the Kingston Public Hospital by the same motorist that they stopped. He was treated and admitted. Alleged New Kingston robbers arrested and charged. The St. Andrews Central Police have arrested and charged the 2 men with robbery with aggravation following an incident at the intersection of Trafalgar Road and the Grenada Crescent in New Kingston on Friday. They are 24-year-old Giovanni Bartley, a laborer of Shoe Lane, Kingston 16, and the 26-year-old Omario Williams, a geriatric nurse of Selassie Path, Nannyville, Kingston. The police say about 12:30 p.m., the complainant was walking along the roadway when Bartley, Williams, and another man approached him armed with machetes. It is reported that they held the man and robbed him of his property, then escaped on foot. A report was made to the police, and during a search of the area, the accused men were pointed out by the complainant and apprehended. The men were subsequently arrested and charged. Their court dates are being finalized. Defense concerned about upcoming witnesses. There may be rocky days ahead for the defense in the Shanika Gray trial. On Tuesday, Leroy Equiano, the lead attorney representing murder-accused Gregory Roberts, expressed a concern that one witness may be hostile to the defense while another had migrated. I have to express my deepest disappointment in the sense that they are relying on certain things that were done by that person. Certain things that are very, very adverse to the defense that had to do with what he said to him, stated Equiano. His client is on trial for the 2017 murder of the 15-year-old schoolgirl. On Tuesday, hobbled by technical glitches that made it impossible to get through video testimony by Constable Omar Hutchinson, the case was adjourned until Wednesday, when he is expected to appear in person. Before proceedings ended for the day on Tuesday afternoon, Equiano also expressed a concern about the availability of a police investigator who is listed as a witness in the case. It is understood that he resigned from the Jamaica Constabulary Force and has since migrated. How is it that there was a witness who said he observed certain things, several things that remain outstanding? There is no indication in the notebook as to when this writing was actually done, or if it is the same that was observed at the particular time. There is no signing of the date. So what do we do with that piece of evidence if this witness is not available? Queried Equiano. The Crown later tried to have the former investigator make an appearance in court without success. According to Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions, Andrew Martin Swaby, the witness was unavailable during court hours between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. In fact, what he was asking is if he could be accommodated at 8 p.m., but my lord, that is something that is virtually impossible based on his new responsibility. And so, my lord, in those circumstances, he is not available, she told the judge. Martin Swaby also noted that the defense had long been made aware that the former policeman had resigned and no longer lives in Jamaica. She said the hope had always been for him to give evidence electronically. Gray, who was a grade 10 student, was found dead 3 days after being reported missing. She was last seen alive in Montego Bay while on her way home from the funeral of a schoolmate. Roberts and his co-accused, Maria Morrison, were later taken into custody in connection with the killing. Morrison pleaded guilty in September 2022 after entering a plea deal with the state and was sentenced to life in prison a month later. A total of 16 of 18 witnesses have testified to date before a 7-member jury. Witness gives a version of events on night of Reggae Girl's murder. A prosecution witness on Tuesday said she had no memory of a 23-year-old Rochelle Foster, who is being tried for the 2019 murder of national senior women's footballer Tarania Plum Plum Clark, telling the police in the aftermath of that incident that she and Clark had argued about a 3-week-old incident and that they had been lovers. According to the police, Foster and Clark were in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew at the Limelight Plaza about 8:50 p.m. on October 31, 2019, when they had a dispute over a cellular phone, during which Clark was fatally stabbed. The witness, a justice of the peace, in being questioned by attorney Courtney Rowe during the trial, now underway in the Home Circuit Division of the Supreme Court in downtown Kingston, said she had met with Foster at Halfway Tree Police Station after the incident. She said she was told by cops that Foster was a suspect in the murder and spoke to her to ensure that she was not coerced into giving her statement and that she knew her rights. Whilst you were in the room with her, did you hear her tell the police that she and Tarania used to be in a relationship? Rowe asked the witness. I don't remember, the witness replied. Asked whether she recalled hearing his client tell the police Tarania is more masculine than I am, the wide-eyed witness mouthed no while shaking her head. Under further questioning by Rowe as to whether or not she had heard his client tell cops that she, Foster, was the one to invite Clark to the plaza and that Foster was the one to grab onto her and begin fighting her, the witness said no. She further told the court that she had no recollection of Foster telling the police, Tarania buck in her head. The witness further rejected suggestions by Rowe that his client had been distraught and in tears while giving her statement to the police about the incident, to the point where she had to be given a brief respite. She, however, said she recalled Foster telling the cops that she was the one to run to the station and beg for help for her friend, and that she told the cops, "Me never mean for she get stabbed, it was an accident." A second JP who took the stand Tuesday afternoon also refuted suggestions by Rowe that his client was overcome with grief when telling cops about the incident. "She was not crying no time at all. No, sir, not a tear," the witness said emphatically. The testimony of the two JPs followed that of an eyewitness on Monday, who told the court that on the evening in question, there was an argument between Clark and the accused, and that Foster had accused Clark of deliberately ignoring her calls. The witness said Clark responded by saying her phone was acting up and that other individuals were also experiencing difficulties contacting her. It was after that, the witness said, that the argument got physical. On Tuesday, Foster, fully clad in black, was observed rubbing her midsection for several minutes while listening to the exchange between her attorney and the witness.